Well, let's talk some more about this development in the security space. Our guest is a risk management expert, Onyekachi Adekoya. Mr. Adekoya, I'm curious, did you see this shakeup happening 28 months after the service chiefs were actually named?
Good evening to the viewers. Not at all. Nobody saw this coming, but again, we all know that it is within the president's prerogative to change, again in line with the terms of service for the service chiefs, to do this within 2 years or extend. So I think there's no need to second guess the president at this time. All we just know is that it's in line with terms of service for the service chiefs and absolutely within the rights of the president to do this at a time and manner he so decides, depending on whatever it is he's looking at. So it's not whether we saw it coming or not, it's just what we should consider normal. I think in recent past, we're trying to compare this administration against previous administration. The previous administration, we remember, the National Assembly almost had to call the president attention to the terms of service chiefs to request a change. So nothing hectic, nothing new, if you ask me.
All right, now these gentlemen are coming in at a time that the country is dealing with a number of issues. You talk about internal security, banditry, there's the Boko Haram terrorism matter in the Northeast, and, several other cases. What do you hope to see done differently by the new chiefs?
I mean, the progression in part of promotion is steady. We've seen over the last, I would say, decade or so, a decision made by the federal government, which is a continuum, to ensure that you bring people from the field, right from the theater command up to chief of army staff, and then transit them to chief of defense staff. So even General Rabo also was from the theater, who was moved to become CDS. General Musa also was from the theater. General Shuaibu is also from theater. So these are people who have had their teeth caught, as it were, in the fight against insurgency. They understand the issues on the ground. So what we hope to see is now that, you have a theater commander becoming chief of army staff, who is also an armor officer. I'm hoping to see more equipment for the fighting troops. I'm hoping to see better welfare. Again, the continued push to training and improving capacity for the current efforts. The outgoing chief of defense staff, I think, recently was making a round across Eastern Europe, I think, and some other parts of the world to try and secure equipment for the effort. So I hope to see that continuum. Again, I also hope to see because the current chief of army staff now so appointed, fresh off the theater, also achieved some remarkable progress. So he's becoming chief of army staff. I'm hoping also that the theater will continue to see the support. We've thinned out a bit from the Northeast to focus on the Northwest and perhaps the North Central.
All right, so apparently every part of the country, needs real security. And what role do you suppose that personnel welfare would play, especially at a time when some people are hesitant to, join the military?
First of all, I don't think a lot of, so there is, we should say what it is. I think from the southern part of Nigeria, there's not so much enthusiasm. So maybe again, it's a function of welfare, really. If you look at what the current welfare structure is, it's not what it should be. And our officers and men who fight and work on our behalf deserve the highest level of compensation. The federal government can argue that it doesn't have all the money it would love to have, but again, security is not cheap. Security is not cheap at all. Welfare is also not cheap. Operational allowance, there's a lot of things that goes into some of these things. It's not what it should be when we compare, if we say we're the giants of Africa, and we compare armies, Egypt, Algeria, South Africa, Morocco, and do a comparison match, we'll see that what our officers and men are currently earning is a far cry. ASU can also make the same claim, perhaps. So no, it goes a long way in boosting morale. It also improves the fighting spirit of the men who are fighting. But importantly, Our soldiers are not trained to die, really. They are trained to fight and to win. So we must be able to equip them, resource them, deal with the issue of welfare decisively so that they can take this fight to a logical end. So a lot has to go in. And I do hope that as the president is ringing out the changes, we'll continue as they have been doing in recent time to improve welfare and living conditions for the men and officers of the Nigerian Army and the general security agencies, as it were.
And I suppose also they would definitely need the support and encouragement of Nigerians to believe in their ability to deliver.
Absolutely.
Risk management expert Onyekachi Adekoya, many thanks for talking to us on TVC News at 10.
Thank you for having me.
Well, let's really turn attention to the court now. Former presidential candidate Onyekachi Adekoya was earlier today rearrested by the Nigeria police shortly after his appearance at the Kuje Magistrate Court. Mr. Shure, alongside Nnamdi Kanu's brother Emmanuel Kanu, a former member of Mr. Kanu's legal team, Aloy Jimako, and 10 others, had earlier met their bail conditions. The court, presided over by Magistrate Abubakar Umar Saidi, granted them bail in the sum of 500,000 naira each, with 2 sureties residing in the Federal Capital Territory, possessing valid identification and a 3-year tax clearance. The defendants were also directed to submit their international passports. Mr. Shure was rearrested by the police, and he is expected to be arraigned on Monday, 27th of October, on a fresh charge related to false accusation.